Hello everyone, as usual it's me Pavlo with a ridiculously powerful daily dose of Ukrainian accent for you. Today we are going to talk about a new category of device conquered by FiiO. It's a new power amplifier for speakers, Jade Audio Level 1. It's a Class D amplifier built with TPA3255 chip and with a stock power supply. It can deliver 120 watts of power per channel. You can get a third-party power supply, and with it can deliver up to 300 watts per channel, which is pretty impressive for such a small device. But also FiiO packed it with lots of goodies like a full set of digital inputs, including USB, coaxial, and Bluetooth with LDAC, and also an ability to work with their FiiO companion app, including their parametric equalizer. And all that goodies costs less than $140, which makes everything even more interesting. So let's have a closer look. For packaging, in my opinion, FiiO found a great formula of using recycled cardboard with embossing. It's on one hand pretty modest, on the other hand it looks kinda nice and fits well this new probably line up. I suppose they will continue to develop it of devices that are made for speakers and for the big hi-fi. Inside you'll get amplifier itself and a huge heavy box with I suspect power adapter. Yep, actually power brick is enormous here. And of course you'll get a power cord matching your country outlets. Let's start with addressing elephant in the room, and in this case pun is intended. So power brick is really big and it's heavy. Actually it's almost as heavy as amplifier itself or even heavier. So by hand it's about the same, but of course there will be some difference. So it's big, but at the same time it's unavoidable because this amplifier delivers a lot of power to the speakers if necessary, and to deliver all this power you need to get it from the power source. So here we are getting pretty solid 48 volts of power supply with 5 amps of current and or 240 watts overall. And based on how heavy this power brick is, I think that it's solidly built. Usually such adapters costs a significant amount of money, and a lot of Class D amplifiers comes with 24 volts adapter and limited power. So subjectively, I prefer when power supply is built in the main case, but of course it would make it bigger. Also, separate power supply improves isolation. Also, you can hide it somewhere and leave only small amplifier on the table. Also, you can upgrade it to some other with ease. It can be easily replaced if something happened to it. So separate external power supply also has its advantages. Amplifier itself looks almost cute based on how small it is. Nice aluminum case with wooden sides. There are two color versions, silver one with walnut and black one with oak or some darker wood. FiiO continue to use this vintage aesthetics with on-off tumbler. Then here we have indicators that shows which input is selected, bass and treble adjustment with fixed middle position. You can adjust from -10 to +10, both bass and treble, and it's a great thing to have. Also you have volume control. It's also pressable. Presses allows you to select which input you want to use. On the bottom we have rubber feet, and here is the back side. pretty neat and accurate terminals for speakers connection, coaxial input, subwoofer out, which is a great thing to have, and you have a line in and preamplifier output if you need. Then power input, you can see that it can take from 24 volts to 53, and it will change the output power. And the USB input, so 2 digital inputs plus Bluetooth and the line in. So it all makes sense, connectivity is great, only one thing I miss here, it's trigger input, because usually when you build some audio system, it's always a good idea to have a trigger input for amplifier. But besides that, I can say that build quality, controls and design are great. Unfortunately, Level 1 doesn't have a hardware dedicated remote control, but on the bright side, you can control it with the FiiO Control app. Layout is pretty familiar, you can see photo of the device. On the main tab, you can enable, disable this LED indicator, and you can select source, Bluetooth, USB-C, coaxial, and by 3.5 probably they meant line in. But great feature, you getting parametric equalizer with all that customization and with all that powerful features FiiO built into the parametric equalizers. Only thing to keep in mind here is that it works only with digital inputs. So it works with USB, coaxial and Bluetooth, and it doesn't work with line in. It makes sense in terms of internal schematics, but of course you need to keep it in mind that it won't work in pure amplification mode. In the audio settings, you can select output volume, you can select channel balance. And in the settings, you can change things like Bluetooth device name, update firmware, and so on. So nice and convenient feature to have. When it comes to the sound, if you disable parametric equalizer and DSP, and if you set bass and treble to 0, it's almost a perfect textbook implementation of TPA3255. Chip, well known for its capability of delivering big amounts of clean power to the speakers. You can get even more power if you get more powerful power supply, but this one is a perfect fit for my Elax Solanus. I'm using a bookshelf version of Solanus as my main pair of speakers, and I used Level 1 as my amplifier for almost 2 weeks. I tried it with MacBook over USB Type-C. I tried it with FiiO DM15 as a transport. I tried it via coaxial with Wax Wing phono amplifier. I try it via line in from Vim Ultra. I tried Bluetooth, and I tried many other connection options, and they all works really great. I didn't face any issues with one input being better than other or something like that. Of course, with one exception, that parametric equalizer works only for digital ones. Here, for demonstration purpose, I connected it via Bluetooth just to show you some example tracks to make this review a bit funnier. So, bass goes to the maximum depth. In terms of power, it's a perfect fit for my Solanus. It's tight, impactful, well controlled, and delivering a good amount of details and texturing. As an example, it's Musica Nuda When I Drink, and double bass is great with a lot of body, with all that nuances of delivering of the signal, so really engaging and building a great contrast with mid frequencies thanks to the great control. Mids are natural, uncolored, with good detalization. It's not the most detailed amplifier I've heard, but still detalization is pretty nice. It's not something high-end, but still you'll get a lot of small nuances, but without exaggerating them or trying to give you that pseudo-detalization. Imaginary stage is well built, or actually in this case it's not imaginary, it's just a stage with a lot of sense of immersion into performance when track allows that. And as an example, it's The Last Sled by Tuomas Holopainen, nice symphonic piece with a lot of epic moments, and it has great macro dynamics to deliver them without any problems. Treble has a nice extension, really going to maximum, at least to that maximum that I'm able to hear. And it's well controlled with nice amount of details, not being too sharp, not being laid back. But of course, if you want to change something, parametric equalizer and timbre controls are at your service. So layering is pretty nice, and it pushed my Solanas maybe not to the maximum level, but still really well in terms of high frequencies. And as an example, Pink Floyd, Money, and that moment with falling coins at the beginning really gives you great feeling of naturalness thanks to all that high frequency overtones and the proper stage building. So I don't have a lot of amplifiers to compare. Besides this one, I'm using Veeam Vibe Link, not Vibe Link, Vibe Amp for now, the dedicated amplifier. And I can say that despite being 2 times more affordable, level 1 actually is not worse. Maybe a bit better treble extension in the Veeam amplifier, but that was kind of only difference I've got. I tried using parametric equalizer, it works great and doesn't cause any signal degradation. And also I tried delays with Bluetooth streaming, and I didn't experience any noticeable delay watching videos from smartphone and streaming sound over level 1. So that was my experience. I really hope that FiiO will continue developing this model lineup. I'd actually like to see some matching power supply that you can probably put in some stack with a bit of spacing between it, because it's of course getting slightly warm when working, or sometimes not so slightly, but still I didn't experience any extreme heat with it. So expensive high voltage and high current power supply is the thing I'd like to see. Maybe some matching CD transport for it, maybe some matching deck to build that, uniform looking stacks. But overall, it's a great amplifier with lots of power, great control, and a bunch of really interesting features, and kind of affordable price. So I can definitely recommend it to you. Thank you for listening, thank you for your attention, and of course, have a great day.